Hello and welcome to the Unit 4 Section 13 video of Writing Linear Inequalities. This is the last section of this rather long Unit 4. But writing linear inequalities, really not that much to it. If you know how to work with the equation of a line, you can work fairly easily with a inequality of a line. There's just a couple of extra little things that go with it. So let's take a look at what we're going to do here. So we're going to start off with slope-intercept form because it's easy to work with. So slope-intercept form, as you remember, is y equals mx plus b. And so this is the form we're going to start with. So you want to find the slope and then substitute that in for your m. You want to find the y-intercept and substitute that in for your b. Nothing really new there. Once you've done all of that, then you're going to determine what inequality sign that you're going to use. If you're shaded above the y-intercept, you're going to use greater than. So it's going to be greater than or equal to. If shaded below the y-intercept, you're going to use less than or equal to. Now, if it's a solid line, that's where you're going to use the equals to. So it's going to either be greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. If it's a dashed line, it's either going to be greater than or less than. Okay? And then once you have it, you're going to rewrite in standard form using the same rules as an equation. Okay? Remembering, if you divide or multiply by a negative number, you have to flip the sign. So don't forget that. So let's take a look at just a few examples. We're going to write the inequality of the graph shown in slope-intercept form, and then we'll write it in standard form as well. So let's look at this first one. Well, we know what our slope is if we count it. Let's start with, let's see, we cross here, and we most certainly cross here. That's our y-intercept. So our y-intercept we know is 2. But what's our slope? Well, let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we go up 7 and back 2, so that's negative 7/2. So we're going to write our slope-intercept form of our inequality. Y is, since we are shading above, it's going to be greater than. And since it's a dashed line, there's no equals to part. There's only equals to when it's solid. And then we write the rest. Negative 7/2 x plus 2. Now we are going to write it in standard form. So the first thing we're going to do is multiply everything by 2. So 2y is greater than negative 7x plus 4. And then we're going to add 7x to each side. And when we do, we're going to have standard form there. 7x plus 2y equal, it's not equal, we're doing inequalities now, plus 2y is greater than 4. For the next example, we have our y-intercept of 4. So go ahead and write that. Our slope, let's see, we cross, looks like we cross here. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rise of 9, a run of 2. So our slope is 9/2. So y, let's figure out our inequality. We're shaded below the y-intercept, so it's going to be less than. And because it's a solid line, it's less than or equal to 9/2 x plus 4. Multiply everything by 2 again. And then subtract 9x from each side. That's going to give us negative 9x plus 2y is less than or equal to 8. And then we have to flip the sign of everything. Now remember, when we flip the sign of everything, we are multiplying by negative 1. So you're going to have to flip the inequality as well. 9x minus 2y is greater than or equal to 8. Actually, negative 8. Greater than or equal to negative 8. All right, let's move on to the other two examples. All right, so for this one, our slope, our y-intercept is 0, and our slope is clearly negative 1, down 1 over 1. So our slope is negative 1. So we have y, we're shaded above, so it's going to be greater than, and we have a solid line, so it's equal to negative x. No plus 0 on the end because there's no y-intercept. So now we're going to add x to each side to get our standard form, and that is x plus y is greater than or equal to 0. And then finally, for this one, our y-intercept is 4. Our slope is going to be, looks like 2, rise of 2 over 1, so 2. So y equal, well, not equals, because we got an inequality here. Y is going to be greater than, because we're shaded above, no equals to, because we're dashed, 2x plus 4. So we're going to subtract 2x from each side. That gives us negative 2x plus y is greater than 4. And then we multiply everything by negative 1. That's going to give us 2x plus y, or not actually 2x minus y. 2x minus y. Remember, multiplying everything by negative 1, you have to flip your inequality. And you're going to have is less than negative 4. All right, so that very quickly wraps up this unit. As we move on to the next unit, we will be looking a little bit more at some data analysis. We're going to determine how to read data and how to interpret some data. And that's coming up in the next unit.